Alright, so now we're going to show you Pokemon White and Black on the DSi and the 3DS, and we're just going to see how different they look. Actually, I want to see, on the DSi, some of you may or may not be aware that you can just, on the fly, put the brightness up and down by holding select and doing the volume button. I want to see, no, I mean that's a volume slider. Let's see if it's, no. Oh. Oh well. Okay, so let's go ahead and start Pokemon. See how long it takes, first of all. Which one's gonna get there? Oh! DSi. This is taking a long time, man.
Yeah, it really is.
Ooh, it's much louder.
No, really
Yeah.
cutting off the volume.
Hopes, dreams, blah blah blah. Let's turn this down, man.
I wanna be the very best.
Like no one ever was. Okay, blah blah blah.
Okay, so.
So.
First.
Let's bump that a little bit.
Let me drop down. Fold them up.
Try to get both of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I got both of them.
Okay.
They're at different angles.
Yeah. Different brightnesses.
Yeah.
So, I mean, first thing I think I want to point out is that the 3DS is cropping kind of the edges, or I guess letterboxing the edges of the screen. So it's more, I guess I'm not really sure what resolution it's running it at. I assume it's running it at the native resolution of the DS, DSi, whatever. But I mean, the DSi has a wider screen, but it's full screen, so that's kind of interesting. So I mean, this is the bigger image right now. So let's see what they look like in game. Blah blah blah.
You'll notice that it's autumn.
It is.
Okay, let's start with the DSi since I'm closer there. Alright.
Let's
Get a nice clear picture here.
Which game is mine? This is not mine.
Well, move around a bit on the DSi.
So, nothing noticeably wrong with it. Looks very crisp. Looks how the game's supposed to look. Yes, let's look at the bottom screen real quick. Looks fine. I mean, I guess it's a little bit pixelated, but it's not really something that's supposed to bother you. So let's see on the 3DS. Can you see it? It's kind of dim.
Yeah, it is a little bit dim, but alright, we gotta...
So, I mean, I guess...
There's some warping from the screen protector there, but... The image looks a little more blurry, a little less pixely, which is basically supporting everything we've been seeing.
Cool. Let's look at the bottom screen.
Alright.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much the same, a little less pixelated. You will notice that it is taking up the full bottom screen. And also we can use the circle pad to move, which is pretty cool, or we can use the D-pad, doesn't matter. That's nice. Now, I wonder what happens if we press home, if it's going to suspend it. No. It's going to close it. Okay, well, as far as comparisons go, I mean, I don't know, I'd say they're pretty much the same. Maybe the 3DS is just a tiny bit less pixelated. But I mean, it's, hardly noticeable. Both look fine. Both play fine. The 3DS did take a little bit longer to load it up, but I mean, we're in the game, and they're running pretty much the same speed. So, one more thing I did want to note. Let's go back to the home. Right. Loading. Let's get that fan out of the reflection.
Yeah. It's catching a bit.
So if you hold, I believe it's select or start.
Select or start.
And we go into the game, you'll notice that the aspect ratio, I guess, is... I think when I said it earlier, I was incorrect. I don't think it's the native aspect ratio when you don't hold select or start. So now I did hold select, and you'll notice that the screen is much, much smaller. I'm sorry, the display is much, much smaller. So I believe this is actually the native resolution. So you can see it.
Tons of cropping.
Yeah. Takes up maybe 3/4 of the bottom screen and maybe even like a half of the top screen. So much, much smaller.
Maybe it's just coming from someone who used to use a DS Lite all the time, but those screens look tiny.
Yeah, they do. It looks good though.
It does look very clear, very crisp, but
tiny but good.
Honestly,
that is really small. Wow, look at that text.
I will
zoom in on that.
I'm trying. Can't focus. It's too damn small.
I mean,
there we go.
You know, it is incredibly small, but it does look really good. So,
yeah, if you're really worried about the pixels, hold start or select while accessing the game.
Personal preference. I guess you'll just have to play with it. Maybe it's even, you know, different for each game. Just depends.
Let's zoom back in, take a look at Adam running around.
Whee!
As soon as the camera focuses again.
Oh, I don't want to get into a battle. Alright, let's end this. Okay. So cool. I guess we'll cut and show you some more stuff in a bit.
Alright.